What are the Southern California wildfires going to do to the Las Vegas real estate market? Although we don't know the full devastation of this horrific event yet, the fires are still burning and the heroic firefighters are still up there trying to extinguish the flames and doing search and recovery efforts. I can tell you one thing for sure. This is going to affect the Las Vegas real estate market and really the real estate market on the entire western part of the United States. I do think there's a couple reasons for this, and let's get to them. One, anyone that was on the fence about moving out of Southern California or Northern California due to the extreme hazards of wildfires, mudslides, what have you, this might be the catalyst to make that move. If they have the ability to sell their home, they haven't been affected by the wildfire, they may be the first group to jump over and start flooding the Las Vegas market with new residents. Obviously, these people are probably in the best situation to make the move. And I think we'll see that within the next few months of that group of people moving. Next, we're going to have the people that were truly affected by these wildfires. Their homes are either destroyed or heavily damaged, and the insurance money they get may not cover the full replacement costs, or they just don't want to rebuild. They're going to sell the lot to somebody else, and they want a change, and they're willing to move somewhere else. These people, I think we have a 6 to 12 month period before we start seeing them flood into the market. Obviously, it's going to take some time to get those insurance claims in and confirmed and checks rolling to them and for them to get their affairs in order. But we will see some of these people that will start moving out of the Southern California, Northern California areas into some other markets. Now, the third group of people that I think are going to start moving into more affordable, more tax-friendly areas are the people that have had these homes for generations. They may have been passed down from their grandparents or their parents, and the price of them at the time was so low compared to what it is today that trying to rebuild it just doesn't make sense for their financial ability to pay. And so they'll have to try to find somewhere else where they can move, where it's more affordable for them in their current lifestyle to live. And Southern California may not be it. It's so expensive. If you had to buy something new compared to something that's been in the family for generations to come. It's the other part of this group that I think we have to expect are going to move out of California is the group of people where their insurance rates are going to go through the roof through this. Obviously, we know that major carriers of insurance have already left California due to the risks and the political pressures that California imposed on them. The state-run fund that most people have bought into when they can't afford anything else is severely underfunded, and this event is obviously going to either bankrupt it or cripple it for a long time to come. So with the increased insurance rates, it may just become unaffordable to continue to live in California in a whole, and they're going to move to a state with less potential for natural disasters. Obviously, Las Vegas, we have very minimal natural disaster type hazards here. Obviously, it gets very hot, but overall for natural disasters, we're pretty safe. And so you'll see those people, as they see those increase in insurance bills, find it unattainable or unwilling to pay those fees to remain in their homes in Southern California. And the third group in this group is something that's not really talked about yet, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens throughout California, is the property tax group. Like I said, a lot of these homes have been passed down generation to generations through trusts and what have you. And with the cap on increases in property taxes, it's kept it very affordable for families to pay property taxes while remaining in their home that either has a low mortgage or no mortgage, making it a great solution for them previously. I don't know what the state's going to do here and how they're going to reassess these values. But if they assess it at the new value of a rebuild, those tax bills are going to be astronomically higher than what these families have been dealing with in the past. And once again, it might be fiscally unavailable for them to stay in their homes in Southern California, even after they rebuild them. And they're going to be looking for other options, potentially here in Southern Nevada. And the final piece of the whole thing is people, when they do try to rebuild, are they going to have the funds to do it? What are insurance companies going to do with the value of the destroyed property? Are they going to do a rebuild value, which probably is not the assessed or appraised value prior to the fire, because a lot of these homes just have equity in them from their views or their dirt and just overall years of building equity, and it's not nearly what it costs to rebuild. So there's gonna be a lot of questions there of how people are gonna handle that situation. So what about our residents and our family here in Southern Nevada now? What do I suggest for you? If you're a buyer and you've been on the fence and you don't know what to do and you've been waiting for the prices to drop, jump now. Get pre-qualified. Start looking for a home. Prices are not going to go down. This is not an event that's going to help prices go down. It's only going to drive the prices of our properties here in Southern Nevada up. It's a supply and demand type situation. We can tell you that as more people come from Southern and Northern California, our prices are just going to increase, especially if they're coming with cash. You want to be ahead of the game. Like I said, we probably have a 6 to 12 month period before we start seeing a large influx, but I will promise you that we will get that influx. So buyers, get your pre-qual, start your search. Let's get you into something in the next 3 to 6 months so that you can avoid those price hikes that we're going to see because of the influx of people from California. Sellers, you know, it's kind of up to you. If you want to wait and see where to go and you have a of where you're going to go post sale, you might want to hold on a little bit. If you're in that boat of you need to sell because you're either going to downsize or get something bigger, different location, yeah, you could probably get a little bit better profit for your property at the end of the year, but you're also going to make that up in what you're going to have to pay for a new property. So let's talk about your situation and what we can do to get you prepared before this influx comes. As always, these are just predictions. It's what I've kind of noticed from what's going on. We're praying for all of those affected in Southern California. This is a horrific event. I have a lot of friends that are out there trying to help and do their best they can for the wildfires, but I want to get on here and give you guys the most information about what's going to happen, in my opinion, in the real estate market here in Southern California, or Southern Nevada, I'm sorry. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Let me know if you have any questions or you want me to jump back on and give you guys any other information. Talk to you guys soon.